Action. The one, the only.
In the life with Steve Stanulis. In the life with Steve Stanulis. In the life with Steve Stanulis. In the life with Steve Stanulis.
Welcome to In the Life with Steve Stanulis. My name is Steve Stanulis, and again, we're in the DL, one of the most amazing locations downtown, and we have an amazing show tonight. And we're going to start the show off with a bang, no pun intended. Let's get for the one and only Miss Brittany Andrews. So, Brittany, what's going on?
Hey there, how are you doing?
Oh, what's
so
happening?
Fabulous to be here. I had the crazy taxi cab driver take me all the way here to the DL.
So,
downtown.
what happened? Tell us about that.
Well, no, it was kind of funny because, he was completely insane. Like, he wanted to do like a twist and a turn, and he had Sade on.
Right.
With like strawberry essential
like
oils.
smooth operator type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. But like he was driving like a bat out of hell. So I was
But
here in a timely manner.
But you made it in time.
I did.
So what's going on? I know we talked earlier. You have 1,000 things going on.
So like, yeah, one or two things.
So tell us what's been happening.
Well, okay, so I recently, a couple of weeks ago, the Cannes Film Festival was. So I
Right.
had one of my, it's my second film that I've had at the Cannes Film Festival. It's called Speed Dragon.
Now,
and
what did you do in that?
I was the producer of it. I also was a drug-taking hooker in it as well.
I cannot see that at all.
I'm telling you, like
I don't
really
see that. I don't know.
typecasting, you know?
I don't see that. It's
Seriously.
very out of character with you.
So, but yeah, Bai Ling was the main actress, which after Lucy Liu, I would think that she's, pretty much the second most well-known Asian actress. And it's
Did you have sex with Bai Ling?
No, but I did with the main head guy in it.
You did?
Yes, I'm the producer. I got to do the casting couch thing. How do you think he got that role?
Is that how it happened for him? Is that
Something like that.
Really?
But yeah, I did have a little bit of fun with him. But so yeah, that was a gritty rock and roll drama.
What is the whole synopsis of the?
It's Speed Dragon. It's a gritty rock and roll drama. It's about a guy that's in a band that does a lot of drugs and has a lot of hookers, something like that.
Oh, cool.
With a little more.
Now,
and a twist.
what made you produce that one?
Well, actually, a good friend of mine who we've produced a couple of different things together. It was his script.
Okay.
And so like I said, we've worked on a couple of different things together, and I love him to death. And Bai Ling came in as a producer as well. And so, it's one of those things.
How was she? Is she cool? Was she fun to work with?
Yeah, I wasn't sure after that whole like celebrity rehab thing that she did.
I
I
didn't really kind of like. She was like on the roof and shit.
Yeah,
trying to
exactly.
kill
Like that's
herself.
the only thing that I remember is like the roof thing.
trying to
But
jump
actually,
off
she's
the-
really cool.
Is she?
So yeah. So that was that, and so I also DJ as well. So
Yeah. So now, that's kind of what your main focus is on right now, right?
yes, it is.
How did you even get
So-
into that? Like,
Well,
how did you transition from the other business?
Yes, the other
business to
to becoming a Pornstar DJ.
a porn star DJ.
We'll just like find a way to spit it out.
No pun intended.
Whoop, whoop. So anyways, so how did this all start? So a good female friend of mine, she owns a DJ booking agency, and so she used to have me on her roster as like a celebrity host.
Right.
So consistently, she would book all of her top DJs all around the world as the DJ, and then I would go as the celebrity host.
Right.
So I became friends with tons of DJs over the years, some really well-known ones, and I had a 5,000 square foot studio downtown LA that I used to rent out for photo and film, primarily for porn, but some independent films and some news stuff and some music videos, but primarily porn. I had a dungeon there.
Did you really?
I really
How come
missed
I was
my
never invited to
dungeon.
this dungeon?
I didn't know you.
Yeah, we didn't know each other. All right.
But anyways,
does that dungeon still exist, or?
No, it's gone. But I still have a lot of my dungeon furniture that I have not been able to part ways
You
with.
didn't sell it on Craigslist?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's still in storage in LA. But a lot of memories with that disciplined horse. Good things, good times. I don't know if I'll ever be able to let it go. It's sentimental to me, you know.
Right.
But anywho, moving along. So at my studio, I had like my own turntables and a mixer, and I had so many friends that were DJs, and I used to put events on all the time. And
In the dungeon?
well, it was a 5,000 square foot
Okay.
studio. So the dungeon the dungeon wasn't like for DOMs to do sessions. It was for shooting.
Gotcha.
So it was like I had like Avid post-production facilities there as well. And so it was the full, working studio. And so, yeah, so I had my turntables and everything there, which I still have now that I use, and so I'd putz around on it and I'd play with it, and so over the years I kind of started getting some skills, and then like one day I was just like, Pornstar DJ, it has a bit of a ring to it.
Yeah, but you're not. Are you still doing porn, or you're not doing porn anymore?
Well, I don't know. Like, it's kind of semi-retirement. I retired in 2006. And
yeah, do you get like benefits or?
Yeah, exactly. Cute young boys for the rest of your life.
Something.
And like a free supply of condoms.
That's awesome. Well, you can never go wrong.
Exactly.
Is KY in that or?
No, but wet is.
Wet.
Yeah, exactly. So anywho, but yeah, so I decided to retire. So I moved to New York from LA. I did a couple of years in film school. That's when I started to produce mainstream stuff. And like in the last 3 years, I've won 15 awards for my mainstream films that I've produced.
Cool.
So I did that for like 2 years. And then in 2010, I did my comeback film into porn, because every porn star that retires has to do a comeback film.
It's like a boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
They always have to come back and have one more fight.
So I did, well, it's kind of funny because this director out of nowhere contacted me, and he was like, he didn't realize that I had been retired for a couple of years, didn't realize I was in New York, and he was like, oh, I want to put you in a scene in Golden Girls. And I was like, what? Like thinking like this might come back. Yeah, no, not really, dude. So I kind of like hung up the phone on him and was like really insulted and thought like, I'll never hear from that guy again.
Right.
And then like 2 years later, he's like, I have the perfect, comeback film for you. And I was like, about ready to click. And he's like, don't hang up the phone. And it was Samantha for, a parody of Sex and the City.
Right.
And I was like, that's appropriate.
Right.
So I did that. And so that was in 2010. And I think I've done like 3 or 4 like scenes since 2010.
Well, I have 3 questions.
Okay.
On the porn level.
Okay, go for it. Spit it
I
out.
always wanted to know.
Okay.
Stuff like I, as a porn watcher,
Uh-huh.
kind of wanted to know, but I didn't know.
Okay, spit it out.
Now, as a porn star, a female,
Uh-huh.
is it enjoyable or is it more like clinical and just kind of like a gig? I mean, do you actually enjoy the sex, or is it more like, all right, let's get this done. All right, bro. All right. When are you going to come ready? Is it one of those things, or is it you actually enjoy the scene?
Well,
Because I know it's like stop, go, stop,
Do you
turn
want the
around.
answer?
Oh, I wanted to keep... Because people
Thinking
listen,
about it,
people are listening to it, so I want to make sure they get what I'm
That
saying.
you got it across? I
got
think
it, so go
the
ahead.
questions, got
Okay.
it. Do you like it when you're getting fucked on films? Hey!
Actually, that could have been a shorter
Yeah, a
question.
shorter version of it. Well, but I can give a really long answer though. But
Okay.
so I think when you first start doing porn, it's a lot more entertaining. Unlike your 19th, 20th, 22nd year doing it.
Right.
So I think in the beginning, it's you're enjoying it a lot more.
Right.
It also depends on who the other person is. So like I had some really enjoyable scenes when I was younger.
Okay.
But now, not really.
So it's
Bores
just
me
kinda-
to fucking death.
But it's because it's, I mean, now...
It's like, this is the way that porn is shot, all right? So, all right, well, this is the way it used to be. Now it's a little bit different. But in general, all right, oral sex is first. So cocksucking or, twate licking, right?
Right.
And then it's first position, second position, third position, fake internal pop shot, rep.
Right.
Done.
Right.
So it's like, so you talk to the talent beforehand, what's going to be, who's, lick my cunt first, or am I going to suck your dick first, or you said I could say anything.
No, I want you to. No, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying
And
this.
then what's going to be first position, second position, and they
Is
always.
it weird that I'm getting a little something happening down here? Is that kind of... Did I say that out loud? Anyway,
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
sorry.
And so I have really big breast assists, like they always want like the reverse cowgirl, which that's always like a negotiation, because like I'm not down with that particular position, but they always
Why,
want
though?
it.
Any particular reason?
Because it's like too much fucking work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've got 2 Hall of Fames. I don't need to be working that much.
Well, I got you. Now,
Legend. I've been in the business 21 years. I did all the work when I was younger. I want to do the easy shit
wanna
now.
just
kiss my
mission-
fucking feet, bitch.
Right, just eat my pussy and let me do missionary and shut the fuck up.
Exactly. I
Right?
really don't want to hear about it.
I got you. Now, what happens? No, there's 2 other quick questions I want to know. So, did you ever have a guy that couldn't get it up?
Well, in porn, this is the way that it works. The only reason the guy is there is to have a hard cock.
Right.
So if you ain't doing that, the word is going to get around within, like, if it happens more than twice, like, you'll never work again.
Really?
So, and that's the, and it's funny because I have been in porn for over 20 years. So, like, I remember before Viagra,
Right.
when they used to actually use, like, needles. And,
Oh, God.
yeah, like, people that are paraplegics, they use, like, now you just make a bit, like, you take a bunch of Viagra, you crush that shit up, make the bitch snort it.
Now, what about, have you ever had a guy that was actually had a too small of a penis?
In real life?
No, not in real life, and on a film, like where it was kind of like people didn't realize, or does that?
No, I
have to
mean,
kinda-
like, you kind of have to show the penis before you get on film.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I do think that guys think that porno guys' penises are bigger than what they really are. However, there are some really huge ones.
Right.
Like, especially when you start going into the African American individuals within the business.
What, black guys have big dicks?
Oh my
No, I'm
God.
joking,
Like, yeah, there's some really big ones out there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is there anybody that
It's really huge.
did you ever work with somebody you couldn't stand?
Well, I think it was Lexington Steele that I did a scene with, and yeah, I was
Is that his name,
I-
Lexington Steel?
you don't know who
I
Lexington
have
Steele
no idea
is?
Lexington. When I know Lexington
Yeah,
Steel.
I thought you said you were like a porn connoisseur.
No, I was kidding. I was kind of
Oh,
getting in
sure.
a moment here. But Lexington Steele's very soap opera.
Yeah.
I'm Lexington Steele.
Well, you think that porn names are like original?
Oh no, but I'm saying it's very dynasty. Like,
Mercedes, but,
right, but it's very
Vanessa.
dynasty. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Even my own name, I came up with Andrews because I was really impatient and I was using a yellow book.
oh, is that how you came
Yeah.
up with it? Is that really how you
But
came
the
up with
great thing about it is that, like, in all of the articles about porn stars, it's always like Brittany Andrews to own a Z. So it worked out for me.
it? No, that's actually pretty cool.
Okay,
No. now,
so what's your next question?
well, so my next question. So
Okay.
we'll get away from the porn for a second. But so you've transitioned to this whole DJ thing.
Yeah.
Now you've flown around the world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you were supposed to do a show a while ago, and obviously something happened, but we were trying to put you on again, and you were, I think, in Japan or China or Japan, right?
Japan. Yeah, I just so besides DJing myself, I also produced a DJ duo with me and another Pornstar DJ. So it's called Blontrage. And so we had Blontrage DJs, and so we had our introduction of the duo in Japan.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun. I did the booking, and I booked, me for like 1 hour of DJing alone, her for 1 hour DJing alone, and then an hour of us DJing together, like
Right.
all at, because there's a big music festival,
Right.
so all at different times. And then I got to do like this fetish show with like these Japanese cyber Japan go-go dancers, where I got to put them on a leash and do like really bad things to them. And I'm like, I'm getting paid for this. This is fabulous. Because I've had many Japanese slave boys and slave girls over the years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had 2 Japanese slave boys about 2 years ago. and-
Yeah, aren't they fabulous? Oh, I love them.
So-
They'll
so-
do anything.
So the cool thing is, the cool thing is, so you're not really, again, so you're doing all DJ thing, but you're totally not getting away from the porn thing. In
You
a
know what?
sense,
It's
in
one
a
of
sense
those
where you
things-
still use it
Yes.
to your advantage.
Yeah,
It's not like,
it's not like, oh my God, I can't talk about it.
right.
Yes, there's some people that are in the adult film industry that then leave and they're like, oh my God, I don't ever want to talk about it. I mean, I've been in the business for 20 years. I think it would be kind of ridiculous to think that, it's like when I went to film school, I was like, am I going to say that, I was in porn, how am I going to handle this?
Right.
Well, like the first day I get there, like one of the guys in the editing room is like a huge fan of mine. And like by lunchtime, everybody freaking knows.
Right.
So, and I've produced like a lot of films and people are like, well, has it, hindered you doing like this or that? And I kind of feel like if you're really good at what you do, I don't think it matters. And I'm a
Right.
very good producer. So a lot of people come to me with different projects.
Cool.
And like right now I'm going to be working on there's a new film, the Vanessa Del Rio project.
I used to be a big fan of Vanessa Del Rio.
Yeah, I love her. She's
spent
fabulous.
many nights alone by
and
myself.
It's a feature film, and they're
Watching
looking
Vanessa
at
Del
like
Rio.
Ava Mendez and a couple other, very well-known actresses to play her role, and it's going to be about Times Square,
Cool.
Back in the 70s, and
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah, I definitely was like, oh, I want to jump on that. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people come to me because I'm very well organized, I execute, I get the job done. And yeah, like being a porn star, I can maybe try to get investors and financiers from different places they might not be able to.
Right.
So either you can fight it or you can embrace it. I embrace
that's
it.
also because what happened, and again, not to compare the same thing, for many years when I worked at Chippendales.
Oh, okay, you were a Chippendales dancer?
For a long time. For many years. And what happened was when I transitioned to the acting world.
Right.
Back then, they were like, shh, don't tell anybody who worked there. And it was like looked down upon. And Magic Mike comes out, and it's like, now it's like the
everybody can be a it's cool.
But that's cool. And I have one other quick question.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you this before.
About my strap on? Can we talk about my strap on?
Well, we'll talk about strap on one second.
Okay.
I have one more, not porno question, but like a sexual question in a sense where.
Okay. I was a sexpert for Playboy TV for 9 years.
Well, not so much that, but if you
have something on your penis that's like red and scaly, I don't want to see it though. Please go to a doctor.
Something's leaking from my asshole right now.
Hey, that's my department, babe. Bend over, bitch.
The last question I wanted to ask you is, personally, when you're a porn star, and obviously you're with a lot of different guys, all shapes and sizes.
Once or twice.
Right. When you have a personal, intimate relationship, is the guy you're with intimidated, or how does that work?
I don't care.
No, not you. I'm talking about for him.
But what I'm saying is I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I don't care.
I don't get
it's so not part of my world, whatever your issues are.
No, like I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, have you ever had a guy
I was a dominatrix for a really long time, so, I'm not going to entertain that.
But I'm saying, has that ever been an issue?
No, because I won't allow it to be.
Okay.
So, that's my point of the answer to that.
I got you. Okay.
So, if you're going to, any of your, insecurity, you're fired.
No, not that he's insecure. It's like intimidated, like maybe he might not be up to par, or maybe not.
Yeah, I've had guys, not an intimate relationship, but one night stands where I went to go pounce and.
You've had a one night stand? No.
Once or twice.
No.
But I've had guys that are you can almost see, the tape, turning, in their head, they do start getting really intimidated, I'm not going to be, and it's like, dude, this is not going to help your performance, man, Right. You're really freaking yourself out for nothing, really, please,
No, sometimes you build shit up in your head,
Yeah.
So.
And that's when, their penis becomes useless, and then I take the strap-on out and I finish it off.
And there you go. You going to hang out with me a couple minutes?
Sure.
One more time, let's get from Brittany Andrews. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. We're in the life with Steve Stanulis. We'll be right back.
Action. The one, the only.
In the life